if I've got finances, but other stuff around the way it needs to be taken care of, because it's not just the stuff at the house, but typically men immediately look at the men that are leaving the house all the time grinding and coming back to the house don't have the energy to take care of the house. That's the first thing that goes done in a man's life, and that's why men quickly tier to the aid in the house, because the man is not going to have the energy to take care of the stuff around the house. The man has to put forth the effort to make sure that all of the bills are paid, but he might not be awake, or he might not be off from work when those bills are due. So unless he's going to take a lunch break or something like that, try to pay the bills by phone, it's going to be hard for him to get the bills done, which is one of the reasons why auto pay became a big thing. But it's always good to better balance the budget. Instead of leaving a bunch of money in the bank account and just hoping that everybody takes their share out, it makes a lot more sense to have somebody managing that and making sure that the right amounts are going to the right places. And being a good partner in a relationship is being capable of making sure that the money is going to all the right places. And that means that we as men have to be able to trust our women with the income. And men cannot trust women with money these days. Not because the women don't know how to count. It is because some of the women, not all of them, some of the women like to take a little extra off the top and put it off to the side so that when they break up with the dude, they're financially stable. That's a pretty fucked up mentality to have. But if you know what you're getting into when you start dating a chick, you know the difference between one that's going to siphon money out of your bank account versus one that's really going to make sure the stuff's getting taken care of. Those good women from back in the day, back in the 40s and 50s, where you hand up your whole paycheck and they just took care of stuff. You might keep a little bit of spending money out of the money, but they would hand you the rest of the money to make sure that the bills were taken care of. And the truth, while women don't believe this, but back in those days, those better quality women back in those days would take care of all of the expenses around the house, buy what needs to be bought, and make sure that the man had everything that he needed. And then the man would come back to the house and potentially ask the woman if he needed something extra outside of what he already had put money aside for. He would come back and ask his woman back in those days if there was any money available for him to spend money on something else when there were expensive purchases that need to be made that was outside of the man's spending money value. He would communicate that with his wife so that she would know that this is something that he wanted to buy or something that needed to be bought, and she would budget to make sure that the money was there to get that bought. But she's not the one that's out there grinding 9 to 5s to be able to bring him the money. She's the one that's counting up the money and putting a little money off to the side for whatever it is he said that he wanted to go get or whatever he said he needed to do. And then once enough money is there, she'd be able to tell him,